Extermination Radio with your hosts, John Vail and Tanner West.
Alright, welcome to World Extermination Radio. We're your hosts, John 40-ounce Vail
and Tanner Splatterhouse West.
And we have two returning Doom Marines. We have Naturaltvventy.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
And Obsidian.
It's the first time I've been called a Doom Marine.
We're all Space Marines here.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Fighting the demons from our armchairs. How great is that?
But yeah, one of the special things I wanted to talk about today is that, well, obviously in Doom, when you're having to fight the forces of hell, you have to find weapons to kill them with. And, the Doom guy is able to carry a variety of different weapons. His starting weapons are obviously the handgun and his brass knuckles. But along the way, he also finds shotguns and missile launchers and miniguns and chainsaws and all kinds of cool stuff. So I just wanted to talk about some of the best weapons in Doom. So what are some of your favorite weapons? Do you have a favorite, Tanner?
Yeah, I'm probably, just like every other Doomer, when I say the super shotgun is one of my favorites, obviously. I really enjoy the rocket launcher, though. I really do. It's kind of dangerous at close ranges because the splash damage just, fucks you up pretty bad. But, it's really effective because the splash damage can work to your advantage, whereas, like, if you're fighting, like, one single monster that takes, say, 2 rockets to kill, if you're fighting a horde of that same monster, it's not going to take 2 rockets per demon because the splash damage will, travel out to the other one. So that's a really good one. The plasma gun also is a lot of fun to just go rapid fire with and just, But I'd have to say rocket launcher and super shotty are my two top choices. And berserk, of course, but you know that already.
So all of them.
All of them. You like all the guns.
All of them. They're all your favorites.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I feel that same way too because I found a special balance between all the weapons. All the weapons are good at something. So there's
except the pistol.
Except for the pistol.
Even then, I'll use them on zombie men all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
well, you're just not very good at Doom then.
I actually find myself doing that too because I'm an ammo Scrooge.
I will do it on those really tight ammo levels where like you shotgun an imp and he lives. I'll bust out the pistol and give him another bullet or two. Yeah.
Also, when you give a fucking cacodemon 2 shots to the face with a super shotty and doesn't die, I think it's time to bust out 4 or 5 pistol shots to put him in the ground. I
don't know. Once you get the chain gun, though, let's get real for a minute here. I mean, once you get the chain gun in that situation, it's gonna always be the chain gun, right?
Oh yeah, because it uses the same ammo just at a rapid fire rate. So yeah, basically.
I'm weird though. I still use the pistol. I just think it looks cooler to just be like, bam, 1 shot to the face and knock him out.
Okay. No.
No one else does that.
I don't think so, John. No, I mean, yeah, like Natural was saying, in certain in certain situations, when you haven't found the chain gun yet and they're fucking being scumbags with the ammo, giving you 8 shotgun shells for 30 monsters, then yeah, I'll do it sometimes. But like
in situations like that, I usually use the chainsaw though, just because the chainsaw it's got infinite ammunition. It never runs out. So there's no even when there's like an extreme shortage of ammo, the chainsaw will always, it's something you can always use to conserve your ammo with.
Yeah, but you also got to think of what the mappers provide you with. You got to work with that, and a lot of times, I feel like most maps don't include the chainsaw. Nobody really pays attention to it, so it's kind of hard to utilize that.
Yeah, it's a shame. I think it's considered most people I've heard considered it like a gimmick weapon, but I actually like to use it a lot.
No, me too. I think it's really well balanced for the game.
Now, it only turns to a gimmick where you get a wad when you can throw the chainsaw. Now that's. I think Death's made that a few years back, but with the throwing chainsaw.
Throwable chainsaw.
He didn't make like a revolving chainsaw as it flies through here. It's just like a chainsaw sprite that gets fired at the monsters, which is pretty cheap.
That sounds pretty cool.
So I just want to say that one of the awesome aspects of Doom, one of the cool stylistic choices that they used for Doom was having these weapons that are, 20th and 21st century weapons like shotguns and chainsaws in this futuristic setting. It's kind of one of those juxtapositions that really makes Doom stand out, and it doesn't really make that much sense, but there's just something so satisfying about a chainsaw while you're fighting Hellspawn. So
yeah, I think I can summarize that. It's 200 years, but you still can't freaking beat a freaking shotgun.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, with like the wooden stocks and
everything.
Nothing
replaces the feeling.
Yeah, but I think it is a really good balance. You know what I mean? Like it really works well with what you're given. You know what I mean? The situations that you're presented.
Yeah.
Usually something for everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's like one of the things I like, because it's not like, I don't know. I feel like kind of. I don't take too kindly to like futuristic, like lame ass weapons, that are all like beefed up and crazy. I like the simpler, more like, traditional stuff. You know what I mean? So it does kind of hit home and sit a little better with me personally.
Yeah, you get the choice between the two. You get the futuristic weapons, but you also have, the standard weapons, your bullets and shotgun shells and rockets and all that cool stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it doesn't help with some of the mods you get with the futuristic stuff. Like you pick it up and say, you got an XP72705, and you're wondering what the hell it does.
Yeah. That's an easy name to remember. Yeah, but yeah. I saw in an interview with John Romero that he spent hours working on like the balance for all the weapons. He was very careful in making sure that the shotgun did the right amount of damage to an imp, and like this super shotgun was perfectly like good for deathmatch, and he spent a lot of time making sure that the weapons work with the type of monsters that you have to fight with it. Because I've played games before where like for example, like in Halo or something, they have like that assault rifle that shoots like it has like a 60 bullet clip, and it shoots like extremely fast, but it takes like 700 bullets to kill anything. So it's like, what is the point? But it seems like a powerful weapon, but it's not when you actually have to use it against your enemies. And I think that's a really cool aspect of Doom, because you know right away that, because like you start off with garbage weapons like the handgun and the brass knuckles, which do like nothing to 90% of the monsters in the game. But once you get that first shotgun, like the game really starts to pick up. The pace starts to change, and the monsters go down quicker, and you realize how powerful your weapons are as you accumulate more.
Yeah. I would reiterate that the balance of the Doom weapons are just phenomenal. I mean, you've got every weapon serves its own purpose. The plasma gun is great, but if you're in tight quarters, it's going to hit the walls more than it hits the monsters, and it's a little slower than the chain gun, so you might get hit more often from hit scanners than if you're using chain gun. So every weapon certainly is the best in certain situations, which is just a fantastic balancing act. So
yeah,
one of those really strong suits of Doom.
And like it's what really adds a lot of flair to it is just like the different like reload times. You know what I mean? Like not every weapon is some stupid ass rapid fire gun that you have to reload after your clip is empty. It's like you have a set reload time between each shot with the shotgun, super shotty. Like BFG, you got some time to revamp the energy and whatnot. The plasma gun's just a little different, but they also like toned. I guess it feels like it's the damage is toned down a little bit with that one, just because it is so fast and rapid fire.
Mm-hmm.
But it just works really well.
Loud, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I love it for that reason, though. I just love how ferocious it sounds.
Match. If you're playing that in deathmatch, your mate's trying to talk to you or something.
Yeah.
Landing and stuff like that.
Yeah, I always think it's really cool though when you're in a level with just hordes of monsters and your weapons aren't good enough, and you whip out the plasma gun. It's just so loud and ferocious and like deafening, and it just like melts everything in its path.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I was just thinking, I don't think I've said what my favourite gun is yet, and
yeah, what is
just
your
think
favorite?
about what you guys were talking about. I think it's odd. It's a bit of an odd choice, but I think the Berserk pack would probably be my favourite, because I played through Doom 1 recently. like when Grey Ghost gave it to me about a month or two ago or something like that, and it like in Doom 1, seeing as you can't get the super shotgun, you have to rely on all the smaller weapons a lot more. Because you don't get the rocket launcher unless it's in a secret and stuff like that. And the Berserker pack is a bit of a lifesaver.
Yeah.
Also, life taker, because you've got to get really close and personal with the monsters. It's quite tricky, but it's a good tactical sort of thing, It saves ammo, and it's so bloody satisfying, isn't it? Just
Oh, yeah.
punch.
Yeah.
You don't get that with much of the other weapons, It's fun.
Yeah. That's so cool, though, because in Doom, when you first play it a couple of times, it's very easy to use up all your ammo, and then you're left dry with only your hands, and which obviously don't do anything to like any monster. If you occasionally you can beat up like a zombie man or two with your bare hands, but you'll end up taking a lot of damage. But the Berserk pack is just so sick because it really gives you a new understanding. It gives you a reason to appreciate your hands because it makes your fists so powerful.
Right.
And
The hands hold the guns too, don't they?
yeah.
Yeah.
You can virtually take out any monster with the Berserk pack. It's awesome.
Yeah, I think one thing that is really neat about the Berserk pack is that it's kind of the only weapon you get that feels like you've gained some sort of supernatural power, like you've become infused with hell a little bit, your screen goes red, and you have the power of the demons, and all the other weapons are man-made.
Yeah,
but I always thought that the Berserk pack was something like spawned from hell.
Yeah.
And so it kind of possesses you, and that's kind of a nice addition to your weapons.
It's funny, when I started playing Doom, I thought the Berserk pack was bad because it made you switch to your fist, and I didn't know it powered it up. So I would always avoid them. It was funny.
Now
I always thought the Mankeeper shot rockets for some reason. That was weird.
I actually now make it a point to just whenever I get a Berserk, I'll just try to push it as far as I can, till I get to that point where it's just like, one more hit and I'm toast. Because it's really fun, and it's like really an art to perfect its use. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just imagining someone using that Berserk pack to like some symphony sort of thing. That sort of tune. That's the way Tanner was talking about it being an art. It's quite funny.
Like it's just like you can just, and it feels so good to just make like like imps and like chain gunners just gib right up. Like
You gotta love that the artists at software, they just put the extra effort into making the game a little more satisfying,
Yeah.
especially the sound effect.
Like only
that
the
goes with
small
it.
monsters, Only the small monsters do the giving, but
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
sick
it's good
though.
stuff.
Yeah, because like especially when you're like in a room like full of zombie men and imps, and you have a rocket launcher and you shoot it, and they explode into pieces and splatter all over the walls. That's awesome.
Definitely is.
That's
Definitely.
that's such a relieving feeling. It makes
Yeah,
the game
it's-
so much more intense and so much more rewarding.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. I mean, it's just like, especially like when you it's fun to like I said, push it to the max and like test your limits. I'm I mean, I feel like Hell Barons and Hell Knights are the easier of the bigger monsters to Berserk. I mean, Revenants are pretty easy too, as long as you back up a little bit in between punches. But like the Mancubus or Mancubi and the Arachnotrons they're pretty tough, especially the Arachnotrons. They're really tough.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
It's
it's
funny,
because
it's
of that hitbox.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
it's
there's
hitbox is you have to be right in the corner of their square to be able to do it.
Yeah.
yeah, right.
I think that's how it works. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I
Well, I
don't
think
know.
aren't all the Doom monsters actually squares in the engine? And I don't know.
I like to use my
The
imagination.
Doom monsters
and
are a
pretend
bunch of
they're
squares. Yeah.
not But technically,
It's funny, I
yes, they
played.
are.
Someone out there will know what I'm talking about.
I think I kind of do. I was just remembering how, like, I played mostly in Z-Doom and Skulltag for a while, and I remember actually trying out one of my maps in PR Boom, trying to chainsaw an Arachnotron, and it didn't work. That sucked. Because it was fun chainsawing them in Z-Doom, It's like when they break up, it looks like you have just cut them with a chainsaw, They sort of
Yeah.
break into slices. Yeah.
I still managed to do it with PR Boom, but that's only because I use a controller to play Doom with, and if I hold like the thumbstick like slightly to the left, I'll constantly be turning towards the corners of the hitbox, even though it keeps auto aiming back to the center. So like you can't really do that with like a mouse or like with a keyboard, but well, I guess you could with a keyboard, but that's how I'm able to chainsaw like those bigger monsters.
Any of you other guys play with just a keyboard, or is it just me?
I'm a keyboard player. I've never used the
Alright.
mouse.
Yeah, I suck.
Keyboards
Mouse.
all the way.
Yeah,
I would. This is off top. This is off topic, but I would play with the keyboard deathmatch, and my buddy would play mouse, and the games would be like 99-4 because he would just run circles around me. So keyboard is not good for deathmatch, but still fun.
Jeez.
Yeah, I used to use a mouse look until recently. I realized that I was cheating, so I turned off the look and just used the turn. But I don't know, it's just like it's so comfortable to play it that way. And like I've tried it playing because I used to see John playing with just keyboard, and like I tried it, but it's just kind of it's weird. You can't turn fast enough, and you can't really control your turns as well, I feel like.
Yeah, you definitely have to adjust to it.
I got it the other way around. Like
Yeah.
I tried using
For
the mouse.
me, the mouse is
once.
just it's too. I don't know. I can't. I have much better control with the keyboard. I feel it's smoother, easier to aim that way. But I'm sure if I got better with the mouse, it would be the way to go.
Yeah. I didn't know yet. I didn't know you could use the mouse for so long. It was weird. It's only when I went on the forums. like I was saying before, I've used the mouse playing Doom once, and that was on map 28 of Scythe. You know that one where you have to run through that obstacle course where you get squashed?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used the mouse once in that because I couldn't beat it with keyboard, and I was even worse with the mouse. You know, it wasn't fun. I was just going in all sorts of different directions. It was too fluid. You know, it's like you end up facing backwards for some weird reason. Yeah, I was very crap using the mouse. Yeah.
I can't imagine just playing with the mouse, like, you know what I mean, like using the forward and backward to move forward and backward, like that would be horrible.
Is there a way to do that? Because I know like there are like the original mouse controls, like you press the right mouse button to move forward, and I think you like double click the left one to open doors or something like that.
Yeah,
That's like the default mouse controls for Doom.
yeah. Well, they have that set up in like I know Xanstrom and Skulltag at least. Like if you just click enable mouse and then just don't check enable mouse look, it'll automatically have it set up to move forward and backward and turn left to right with the mouse.
It's
Jeez,
so weird.
Xanderum's weird.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be the odd man out again and say that my least favorite weapon is the super shotgun.
I
out.
think I can actually.
Yeah,
Get out.
just
Yeah,
get out.
you don't belong in
I
this
can
show. Get out.
I'm on your side, man.
Good.
What don't
good.
you like about it though?
There's a lot of things I don't like about it. First of all, just when Doom 2 came out, I was really disappointed. There was only one new weapon, so it kind of got a bad tarnish just right off the bat. That it's the only new weapon, and it's just another shotgun. I mean, it seemed really, I don't know, it seemed just like really uninventive to just throw in another shotgun. And it kind of took away from one of my favorite weapons, the normal shotgun. So I hardly ever used the normal shotgun after the super shotgun was added. And then...
I actually came across Doom 2 first, so I didn't know any difference.
Yeah. Well, I've been around too long. And so...
This bloody game's older than I am. It's weird.
Not me. But there's other things I don't like about it. Let's see here. I don't really like how slow it is. I mean, I feel like I don't like how it's kind of the main weapon and how I feel like it's a little overpowered. I feel like I spend a lot of time in Doom 2 maps where I just shoot the super shotgun from behind the corner and wait for it to reload and then peek out again. I mean, it doesn't feel as fast-paced. It feels very shoot, hide, reload, shoot, hide, reload. So it feels like it slows Doom down to me. And it is a little...
I hear a lot of things about it being unbalanced, you know. It is kind of, yeah, isn't it?
I feel like...
I
I hate that it's like a really good weapon against both like zombie men when there's a lot of them and like rocket launching bosses, right? And cyber demons. So it seems like it's just too all encompassing. There's too many shells lying around. I feel like I spend 90% of my Doom 2 gameplay is like using the super shotgun, and it just doesn't do that much for me.
That's funny though, because like when I first played Doom 2 for the first time, it was after playing Doom 1. after I got the super shotgun, I was still more attached to the regular shotgun, mainly because of the super shotgun spread. The bullets go everywhere, and I guess it was just like an OCD thing. I didn't like how much I was missing with the super shotgun, even though it did more damage and like it was like overly more powerful with it, given the less ammo that it used.
Yeah.
I was still more attached to the regular shotgun because I knew I could get a full blast on
Yeah, well,
pretty
that's
much
one
any
interest-
monster without being like within like breath smelling distance of of every monster.
Yeah, that's one.
Smelling.
That's one interesting thing about how Doom 2, the levels and the weapon introductions were made. I mean, you get the super shotgun on level 2, and the regular shotgun is much better for that level because of it's just all sergeants and imps. And when you use the super shotgun on map 2, it's a lot harder because of just that. It spreads too much, and you put a lot of monsters into their pain state, and then they shoot you back. The normal shotgun is really better for that map. So
Yeah, especially with
whether-
the narrow hallways and everything.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know whether, unless you know the secrets for the first map of Doom 2, you get both the types of shotguns on the second level, which, like, the regular shotgun either gets made redundant or, the super shotgun gets shoved to one side. I don't know what they were thinking when
Yeah.
they were piecing it together,
But then I was playing through Doom 2 pretty recently, and I realized that there's no super shotgun in like the second episode of Doom 2. Like I think once you get past Dead Simple, there's not a super shotgun for like 6 or 7 levels. So there's this whole wide chunk where if you start in the middle of it, then you're left without the super shotgun. So
That
Do
is
you
true.
reckon they were going to do an episode sort of thing like they did for Doom 1, then they changed their minds?
I don't
Seems
know.
like-
I don't know. I never really
You
did find
could
out much.
see that. You could see how Dead Simple might have been a boss level, and then starting you over from there. Hard to say.
Yeah.
There's not enough boss levels in Doom 2.
There's no new boss, man. Talk about it ripoff.
Yeah.
So the whole icon thing, right?
Yeah,
What?
but I mean, like with the reload time, as far as that goes, I feel like that kind of is good because it adds a new essence to the gameplay. You know what I mean? Like, because you have to be strategic with it, and I don't like just popping out, shooting, and hiding behind a wall and waiting for it to reload and then pop it. I feel like that's cheap. I like to be like in the midst of the chaos and like running around everything and trying to avoid everything while I'm waiting for it to reload. So to me, like, I take advantage of that to make the game even more fast-paced rather than, like, sitting in a corner, you know what I mean? Like, so, I don't know.
Yeah, that was kind of the point I was making with the handgun, because like you don't have to use the chain gun just because it's better. I mean, you can find things that you can exploit with the game that will make it easier for you, but sometimes it's just more fun to do things the harder way.
Definitely, I agree.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
I mean, I guess I can see, like, Super Shoddy being a little overpowered, but I don't know. I kind of just accepted it for what it was and just ran with it. Like, I mean, you either use the single shotgun and fire 20 shots at, a Hell Baron, 25 shots, or you can just, bust out the super shotgun and get it over a little more quickly. But that's why I play, more intense WADs, because, when you play, like, the harder WADs and more intense WADs, like Alien Vendetta, Hell Revealed, and stuff like that, then, it doesn't feel as it doesn't feel as overpowered. It feels, right where it should,
Yeah, if anything, your guns feel futile.
Exactly.
Yeah, I certainly understand why they made the super shotgun what it is. It's because they had these much more beefy monsters, and they needed kind of a standard weapon that would be able to take them out in a few shots. I mean, the normal shotgun wasn't going to really cut it anymore for a lot of the Doom 2 monsters. But I don't know. To me, it's a little too good. I mean, it's as strong as a rocket, but you can't blow yourself up with it. So, not my favorite.
I should introduce you to the Octa shotgun that Bloody Acid made.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, is
Sighted
that
him in about 4 shots.
is that in what WAD is that in? The one where you have to like collect the gold when they die and you get new weapons. Which WAD is that?
Oh, jeez, I'm pretty sure that's Community is Falling 3. Isn't that the one?
I think you start out with on a base. It's a multiplayer co-op thing, and you have to you shoot monsters and they drop these golden coins, and you have to collect all of them. And you can upgrade your weapons. But yeah, they had something like that, like an Octo shotgun or something that was insane.
Oh,
on that.
you must be are you thinking of Shotgun Frenzy?
Yeah,
Is that it?
yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
right, so not... Yeah.
I think that had like a quad shotgun or something.
Yeah, quad
Is that
shotgun. It's ridiculous. Like, why would you even make that?
Why not? basically.
But it does work for that WAD because it's like an invasion style, and I'm a huge fan of invasion WADs, so it does work well. It's cool though to see like newer stuff, like when you're playing single player. When I'm playing single player, I kind of want things to be like standard and like true to the basics. But sometimes like I'll just go online and just play these like crazy co-op WADs just to see what's out there. Like I don't like TCs at all. I won't go with anything total conversion, but like little add-ons here and there to different Doom stuff is interesting to me.
It's kind of funny. I the only TC I really like is Strain. Have you played that one?
No, I haven't.
It's more of a partial total conversion, really, because it's still got like most of the guns are intact and there's still the regular Doom monsters. I think I like things shook up a little, but not completely different from what I'm used to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Strain does that. It's quite good.
That's how I feel. I like things taken like I don't know, taken a little bit further, but not too much.
Yeah, Strain's pretty good for that because like it only replaces a few things, but for the most part, the game remains pretty much intact. I like playing just regular Doom mods as they are, because I honestly I love everything that's in Doom. I love all the monsters. I love all the guns. Just give me more levels to play. That's all I can ask for.
I still hate the Revenant.
Yeah. I was going to say that my favorite weapon is the plasma gun, just because it's the best weapon to take the Revenants down with.
Oh, yeah.
They don't even stand a chance. They just stand there and just take it.
Yeah.
Make their dumb little sound.
Mine hit you in the face with a rocket.
Yeah, mine actually make a different
always
sound.
do that after they flinch. It's a pain in the ass.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, even if you're up really close to them, they'll fire that at you instead of trying to punch you.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. But my sounds are actually different because, I use the PlayStation Doom sounds because they're a lot better.
Yeah, they are.
Well, I don't think I knew for a long time that when a Revenant got close to you, he stopped firing his rocket. So I never quite got that little aspect of their gameplay. So I would just try to blow them up all the time and get them in their paint stance. And no one told me when I was a kid.
You didn't know they could
Hey,
punch
it worked
you?
for you.
I knew they punched me, but I didn't know that when they get within 10 feet in game terms, they stop shooting fireballs at you unless it's the reaction shot. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No, I never caught that.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. I guess because I'm always taking pot shots at them, so they're always pissed off at me and always shooting rockets when they don't need to be.
Well, they'll follow you around all day as long as you keep them close to you, and they'll never shoot at you. So.
Oh wow,
That's weird.
You didn't know that either, Splatterhouse?
No, I didn't, because I never gave him a chance to even act. I just went up to him and boom, super shotty, boom, berserk punch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I kind of knew that. I didn't know they existed for a while because I was when I started playing Doom 2, I played it on Too Young to Die. As I'm hyping all do.
Nice.
Don't laugh. Jeez. I was 7, man.
I know. I still played on 3 plenty though. Because I was not pussy. No, I'm kidding.
What do you guys think of the BFG 9000? The infamous BFG 9000. The big fragging gun 9000.
I really like the BFG. I've kind of grown to appreciate it. It does feel overpowered in certain instances, but it really depends on level design.
It is pretty unique as weapons go.
Yeah, I mean it's balanced as well as anything. It's got that slow charge up, so it's not going to be good in all situations, but I found it to be very satisfying if, say, you have hordes of smaller monsters and you just, instead of mowing them all down, you just shoot one BFG shot and take them all out. And
watch them gib.
Yeah, there's an art to it, right? You got to understand how the BFG actually works, since it's kind of cryptic. You have to understand that it has a spread out from the player after the ball explodes, and I mean, it doesn't really make much sense how it works, but once you learn how it does, it's a very satisfying weapon, I find.
Yeah, I can't honestly say that I perfectly understand what the BFG 9000 does.
Oh, really?
I mean,
Can I try to explain it to you?
No, I mean, I get it, as far as Like when I first used the BFG 9000, I thought it was like it's a kill everything that's on the screen weapon.
Yeah.
I
think that's what they were going for.
Yeah, but I've actually grown to understand, given some of the WODs that I played that have like hordes of like harder monsters, it doesn't kill everything that's on the screen. It'll do like a certain amount of damage, and it'll only kill the things that are within your field of view. So if you have like a wall blocking you as you shoot as you shoot it and the projectile hits a wall, and you're not watching to see what happens, it won't kill everything. It'll only damage whatever the ball hits directly.
That's one thing I'm still confused about. I don't understand that, because if you shoot a BFG shot and then turn away, I've read that the spread still comes out from the direction you were facing when you shot the shot, but it seems like I don't know. I can't really figure that out.
Yeah,
so.
I don't know. I can't even like wrap my head around it sometimes. It's
all I know is that when I shoot it, I should not turn anymore. Because because that's how it works.
Yeah, that's kind of what I do. Just look at what you want to die.
I've learned too through demo watching and experience that the closer you are to something, the more damage it does. Like you can say if you're like, across the level shooting like a spider mastermind, it might take 2 or 3 shots to kill him. If you're right up in his face and you're running, towards him till literally his sprite isn't allowing you to run anymore, and you fire a shot at him, you'll blow him back in 1 shot, 1 kill. Yeah. So that's something I learned.
Yeah, here's my understanding of it is you got the initial blast, which is just a really, really powerful one-time attack, but then once that explodes, once that hits something, you then kind of have this like invisible spread shotgun that comes out of the player that has all these various tracers that you never actually see that kill anything on the screen in the direction you were facing when you shot the super shotgun blast. So
yeah,
and I feel like it does have a spread, because like I just said, if you're closer, that does more damage. If you're farther, it doesn't. So there's got to be some sort of spread system, like with the shotgun and super shotgun,
Exactly. It's all those tracers, those invisible tracers that come out. They all are concentrated at, from the center of view. So if you're right in front of something, whatever that is, gets all those tracers right in their face. So
no, I kind of just like, crazy slaughter wads where it's like you just you just are given like an obnoxiously insane amount of BFG ammo and in crazy hordes, and it's still not enough. You can just sit there and tape your fire, your mouse button down and just walk away and get some coffee, and it just still doesn't do anything.
I love using the BFG on paint elementals because they're constantly spitting out those lost souls, and they're always floating around, and they end up taking up they're filling up an entire room with lost souls, and it's just you just don't even want to deal with them, so you just use the BFG and just clear everything all at once.
Yeah, definitely. They die.
What I usually do is I get really up close and personal with it because it doesn't shoot anything out if you're up right next to it.
Yeah.
Right. Nice, they shoot at you, but they instantly die without damaging you. So.
Yeah, it's funny when one of the paint elementals shoots at a lost soul that's already dying. Oh, those things. I call it a stillbirth.
But I feel like with paint elementals, definitely chainsaw or berserk is best for them, or chain gun even. Like super shoddy, no, because that reload time just gives them too much opportunity to spit out one of their fucking flaming babies,
Yeah.
Yeah. Those bloody flaming babies, eh?
And it's like so perfectly timed too. Cause like as soon as you're ready to shoot them, the lost soul comes out and just blocks half of the shot. And then as soon as you're done reloading, another lost soul comes out and it blocks another half of the shot. Right. Before you know it, you're using like 40 shotgun shells on one paint elemental.
Yeah, it does suck pretty much. I remember this. Rocket launchers are pretty suicidal as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's funny when that happens.
Yeah.
I remember this one thing.
When I'm feeling like
you guys
use the rocket launcher.
You guys remember Espy, right?
Yeah.
Espy, he's a guy who made Suspended in Dusk. He made this. He made this joke wad called Tepain Emental. And it's basically all of these different rooms, all looking exactly the same, all ridiculously detailed and stuff. Each one has pain elementals in it, and you've got a rocket launcher to take care of them. And it's got this really obnoxious music track. All it does is just plays da-da over and over and over again. There's all these angry comments on the archive saying, "Why did you make this? It's stupid." I think he got away with it though.
What is it called?
Te Pain e Mental. Just look up SB on the authors bit and you'll find it easy.
I might have to check that out. I might have to check that out.
It's always funny when like high-profile mappers make funny stuff, you know. I'm pretty sure Eric Helm he made a joke wad as well. It's basically you have to find this one spot in a room full of monsters, and you keep hearing this voice saying warmer, warmer, colder, warmer. That was. Yeah. And then, like I was saying before, Community is Falling 3. Any of you guys played that?
I think I've brushed through it once or twice.
What is it?
Yeah. Community is Falling 3. It's by Kaiser. There's 2 before it that you might want to look at, but it's brilliant. It's probably the biggest thing I've downloaded, actually. It's about 100 megabytes, I think.
Jeez.
It says yes, I know.
Yeah, it's got a whole bunch of sprites and new weapons and sound effects and music and all kinds of weird stuff.
Yeah, it's even got its own like it's got like an inventory system before Z-Doom implemented one, which is a lot of work on Kaiser's part.
Yeah.
It is hilarious though. Like even I wasn't even around when that stuff that happened in the WoD actually happened, but it's hilarious anyway. It's stuff like Dark Nation and stuff like that.
Yeah, I wasn't around for most of that either.
Yeah, but it's still hilarious, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just you know, different monsters require different guns, you know, and it's fun to screw around too with the different variations and try things that you haven't tried before. I still find myself like even with Pain Elementals, like rarely I'll try to, you know, just take him out with a super shotty. Maybe I'll like hit him with a super shotty and then like a chain gun or something. Like I don't know, I just like to mix it up sometimes. Like of course in situations where I'm not like being overwhelmed by monsters just, you know, trying to, you know, fucking rape my balloon knot, you know.
Yeah. That's
Now, with all of Doom's guns, there's also, I think it was Alfonso that posted a thread on Doomworld called Signature Moves. There's like different moves that you can do with your guns. Like for example, he had this one called like the Flaming Doppler or whatever, and it was when you strafe run at full speed and you're shooting the rocket launcher at the same time. And as you keep shooting rockets, you're running about the same speed as the rockets, so they kind of all converge into like one giant missile. That's just like and like for example, Map 13 downtown is a good level to try this in because it's got a huge wide open area, and you can just like run full speed with like this giant converged pile of rockets like by your side, and then you can just dip out of the way real quick, and it'll hit a monster all at once and just kill it instantly.
Oh, jeez, I got to try that.
There's various other moves that he posted too. I wish I could think of a couple of them. There's like fadeaways you can do with like. I wish I could think of a couple of moves. I can't. Does anybody remember that thread? It was made a couple years ago.
I just pulled it up on my computer. I'm gonna read it after the interview.
What the hell's a bad sandwich?
A bad sandwich.
Yeah. Guantanamo heatwave.
What are they?
Acupuncture? Did you see the acupuncture one? What the hell?
Of pistols and macubi to tickle the teat? What? Alternative breastfeeding.
Oh,
I don't understand.
There's one here in
they're
French.
like moves that you can do in Doom. Just like I don't know. It's just like stuff that we made up just for fun. But it's just like
I know.
unique ways to kill the monsters with the weapons in the game. Just that are fun, and that like rocket launcher one was one that I remember was one of them. I don't know, and I guess I don't think this one was mentioned, but I like to call it the chainsaw hold, and that's when you get a monster with a chainsaw and like they
try to run away, but they can't.
Yeah, they're constantly taking damage, so they don't have any time to do anything. Sometimes I like to do it like if you have like a cacodemon or something. There's big red meatballs. You just try to chainsaw it, and like if you have like and there's like a chain gun guy behind it that's like trying to shoot you, and you just kind of like hold the chain, and you just hold the cacodemon there with your chainsaw because it's being stunned by being ripped to shreds with your chainsaw, and in the meantime the chain gun guy's behind it shooting at it, and you're just like using it as a meat shield. It's like taking damage from 2 different directions. It's just like a quick way to bring down a cacodemon real quick. without using any ammo at all.
I always line up the chain gunners. Like every time like I see like monsters, that are in succession, like one's behind the other. I'll always try to shoot around the first one in front of me and hit the other one to make them fire. But then I'll line up the two monsters, so I'll hit the monster that's right in front of me, and they'll just start fighting. Like I always try to do that, and just like it's kind of fun to try to do it because it doesn't work a lot of the times, but
Yeah, let me ask a question about that, because there's this Doom behavior that I might just be imagining in my head, but I feel like there's something in the engine where if there's a monster behind another monster, it's less likely to attack. Like the monsters in front seem like they're always going to attack first, more times than not.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Right?
I also maybe it might have something to do with the fact that it seems like when monsters are close to you, they attack more frequently. So there's something going on there.
It might just be certain monsters too, because I've noticed like chain gun guys. It doesn't matter where the fuck they are, how far away they are. It doesn't matter who's in front of them. They will always fire, no matter what. You know what I mean? But like other monsters,
they're relentless.
Other monsters, it does seem like you might have to piss them off a little bit or get a little closer.
Well, I definitely know that Archviles have a range to them where they won't attack you if they're out further beyond a certain range, but I don't know if any other monsters have that. I don't think so.
Yeah, I know. I've gotten into situations like that where I have like two shotgun guys in front of me and one right behind the other, and I'm just like, come on, hit him! Like I'm trying to get the guy in the back to shoot first, and he doesn't. He's just like walking around. Meanwhile, the other guy's pumping shotgun shells into my face.
Right, exactly.
And I'm like, what? Come on, shoot him!
I think there's something going on there.
And I actually just found the method. It's called Vicarious Violence. It's on this signature moves. It says, when you go to such lengths to trigger infighting that you come out much worse off than if you had stayed in cover and just picked off the monsters yourself. That happens to me a lot too.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly what I was talking about.
And there's something else you're talking about, John, the coup de grace. When you put 5 super shotgun shells into a Baron and he's still alive, you know he can't have much health left. You pull out a pistol and minister the final killing shot.
Yeah.
It's funny when a zombie man does that. That's always hilarious.
Yeah.
Dude, it's funny when you see a zombie man just like kill like a fucking cacodemon or something. It's like, whoa, holy shit.
That wimpy little zombie man that does like the 5% damage shot.
Yeah, I know.
There's a comment here from you, John.
Yeah.
I love that last one that Alfonso's got. Un voyage au supermarché. It's like that sandwich one when you got a monster in the middle, and there's two. There's like one on one end, you on the other end, trying to get them. And then bad sandwich is when that moves out of the way, and then the last one when they all get hit. That was pretty funny. How long has Alfonso been around anyway? When was? 2010 is not too far away. But...
3 years. I don't know.
Yeah, you're talking about that rocket punch one. There's a reverse one as well. Hugely underwhelming in comparison. I wonder why.
Maybe like into a rocket stroke.
So let's talk about berserk punching again, because that's one of my favorite things in Doom. In fact, I can play any. If I play any Doom level and it gives you a berserk pack like right in the start, I know it's going to be an awesome level. I just know immediately. I know I'm going to have a lot of fun because it's just one of those weapons that just like works on every monster, you know. I mean, at least
it's
not.
Ironic. I actually did that for that birthday map I made for you a couple of months back.
Yeah.
Back
well, it just so happened I really enjoyed that level.
Yeah. Despite the fact that I chucked an entire texture set in there by accident.
Yeah. Well, I still like
I
the
just
levels.
gotten slayed. I had no idea what I was doing.
But yeah, berserk punching, man, it's just like it's so intense because like the monsters, they're so aggressive when you get up close to them, and you can never like it's so difficult to predict when they're gonna hit you, when they're gonna throw that fireball that hits you right in the face. So you're always like dancing around them really quick because you're so up close. You don't have that much time, that lead time to like dodge when they're gonna attack. So it's the best with like there's revenants with the rocket launchers attached to them, and because like even when they shoot at you, you don't even know if the missile's gonna be like a straightforward missile or a homing missile because they have the option to do both.
Those
It's funny when
scumbags.
that-
I always wonder why they even shoot non-homing missiles. It's like, why would they ever do that?
Yeah, I know.
they're a little faster.
It's,
I've
it's such a
actually noticed.
tease, you know? Because you're like so ready to like move like extravagantly to avoid the homing missile, and you just find out it's just gonna go straight anyway.
Yeah, well, no,
Yeah,
but the homing missiles are slower. The other ones
Really?
are faster. Yeah,
Huh.
you can tell. You can actually tell.
Well, I
It
know
was
that the
really funny
homing missiles have like the smoke coming out behind them or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they do.
I didn't
It's
learn
always
that
really-
maybe a couple of years ago.
Yeah. It's funny when you get one of them to orbit around you. That's always interesting. It's like, should I move?
I hate that though, because like I'll move to one side, so I can get it out of my way to go back and fight the rest of them, and then like I'll just forget about it and be like, oh, okay, I guess it just ran into a wall, but no, now it's circling around me, and I'm like running around trying to get a better position on this horde, and it just hits me. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck?
Oh, that's always fun. I think that first happened to me on the Catacombs map from Doom 2. That was weird. There's that one central podium bit that you get onto. I was just watching this rocket go around, too scared to
Yeah.
move. It's funny.
What do I do?
Sometimes when you play like map 13 downtown with like fast monsters on, you can collect like this huge you just collect all the fireballs at once and just kind of like
And
you just
then
kind
try
of round
dodge
them
your
all
way
up
around
into
it
like
and
this huge
Yellow ball.
this huge collection of Revenant homing missiles, and you can like guide them like into like a cyber demon and it'll kill them in one hit.
Really?
That could be like a proper map idea, couldn't it? I don't think anyone's tried that before.
You probably could, but it's so tedious to do sometimes though, especially if you have to fight a cyber demon because like
That would be.
It'll
I
take
like
you, like,
that
a good
idea
t-
though.
yeah
Have like one Revenant and have it just build up fireballs and fireballs and fireballs, and you have to kill a cyber demon with one blast.
yeah.
I don't know about just one Revenant. That might be a bit boring.
That's perfect. Test of will.
Yeah, that's actually one of the coolest. That's another one of the coolest aspects of Doom is that even despite it has such awesome weapons, one of the weapons that can be abused as much as you want are the fact that monsters will fight each other if you let them. If you get them to accidentally shoot each other by accident, they will fight each other to the death.
Yeah,
It's a right godsend when you're facing an archvile.
Yeah.
sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's like they're just staring towards you, about to hit you, and then they get hit from behind. And they quickly switch direction.
Right.
Yeah.
I never.
Yes.
They always attack other monsters, and their attacks don't do anything to like the bigger monsters ever. Like I feel like it
It's
just
half-
sucks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, it's
well-
true because most of the damage from the archvile attack comes from
Splash.
explosive. Yeah,
Yeah, I
exactly.
was just about to say that.
Don't work against cyber demons or spider mastermind. So
Keeps them busy though. Keeps them out of your hair.
yeah.
It's always
Yeah.
quite good.
I actually
That's
designed
Yeah,
a
berserk punching.
I designed a
Go ahead.
level where a trap involved something like that because you fight a cyber demon and 3 arc vials at the same time, and it's like obviously impossible to deal with the arc. Like it's not impossible, but it's extremely hard to deal with the 3 arc vials at the same time. But if you can get the cyber demon to accidentally damage them with the splash damage from its missiles, that'll save you from getting blown up by the arc vials.
Is that an unreleased UAC Ultra 2 map or is that something older?
It's not UAC Ultra 2, but it is something that is currently unreleased.
Gotcha.
Cough. Ezekiel.
Yeah, it is. It's called Ezekiel.
Ezekiel?
All right, I guess the cat's out of the bag now. It's a map set that I'm working on. It's episode 4 themed.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just something that I'm working on to just kind of just get me out of the rut of working on UAC Ultra 2 because it's such a.
I could always give you a hand if you want.
I'd appreciate it. I could use all the help I can get.
Yeah. I'm interested in that little thing what they did with the icon on on the beta release that you did of maps 1 to 7.
Oh yeah.
It'd be cool
Yeah,
to play.
I couldn't even figure out that map. I will confess. I got stuck on it.
I cheated. I couldn't be stuffed playing through the whole thing, so I just put on God mode and just see. Just
You guys
to see how
suck.
it works, you know.
Yeah, kill yourselves.
Give us the theme music for that, shall you?
Yeah. So yeah, I'm sorry, John. I didn't mean to burst your bubble, but I guess I'm the I have the pleasure of exclusively playing the new content before anybody else does. And it's let me tell you guys and our listeners, it's some good shit. It is some good shit.
Yeah.
I have no doubt.
Very good stool indeed.
Yeah.
Yes, good excrement. Excellent excrement.
Oh, jeez. It's like saying toy boat over and over, isn't it?
Well, I guess that's our shout out for today. my maps, of course. Me just
Shout
soaking
out.
up all the glory.
Shout
Play
out
my
to
maps on my radio show.
Shout out to our arrogant scumbag host John. No. No.
Play my maps because they're the only ones that are good.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of maps, you know, I was talking about joke wads a little while back. Have you guys? What are your guys' opinions on joke wads? Just wondering.
I think they're a waste of time.
Kill yourself.
No, I mean,
just
I've played a good joke wad here and there, but I don't know. I usually don't give them a chance, just because like 90% of the ones I played are just like garbage.
Yeah, I find there
the
could be a bit annoying, or maybe all the jokes are in jokes that I don't get. So, I mean, I haven't really played any joke wads that really stick in my brain as being particularly good in any memorable way.
I was thinking, John, you said 90% of joke wads are crap. I'm betting the other 10%'s facepalm wad, right?
Yeah, facepalm.wad. But yeah, which joke wads do you recommend? Have you played any funny ones or good ones?
I'm usually pretty open when it comes to joke wads. You know, like deliberately crappy maps aren't usually that great, but stuff like Mock 2, for some reason I really like that one because it was one of the early ones that I played before I found got onto the forums proper, and
Right.
I did find it quite funny. Some of the comedy was quite juvenile, but it is quite funny. And then there's like I said, Community's Falling 3,
Community's Falling, yeah.
and Call of Duty. Did you guys?
Oh
see
yeah,
that?
Call of Duty. Yeah, there's some good YouTube videos of that.
Yeah.
If you
It's
don't
just
want to
really-
be hassled to play it, you can watch videos of it.
It is really well put together. It feels more like it doesn't quite feel so doomy as you'd think. You know, it's very well. Plus, you can listen to a mid-eye of a rickroll, so that's always interesting.
I like Imp Encounter.
Oh no!
I would like Imp Encounter.
I swear, all of our shows always swing around to the dark corner of doom, don't they?
The balloon out of doom. That was the only one I really found. I mean, I don't know. That was just funny though. Like somebody actually took the time and effort to make that whole fucking sprite. And it was good. It was really effective.
That was
and it
Scuba
was funny.
Steve, wasn't it? It was Steve.
Was it?
Brown,
I don't
right?
know. It says anonymous on the id Games thing. The person doesn't reveal it.
I know Scuba Steve actually made the original sprite. At any rate.
Oh yeah.
Also the Coco Demon. Remember that?
The Cockademon. Yes.
No, but I'm gonna look at it right now.
You'll enjoy it.
For it flying around. It's quite. Oh dear.
Our favorite, the monster Cacodemon with a raging boner.
It's actually the little for the CAC Awards.
Yeah, the Mock Award
Coco
gets
Demon
it.
is the little mascot for the Mock Awards.
God.
I know. So I think there's a thread for it in the very early pages of the blogs. It's, geez. Scuba Steve unveiling his latest creation. Oh dear. You find it yet, Tanner?
No. Well, that Kako Demon, no. But I'm googling a bunch of these wads that we've been talking about as we're talking about them, and nothing's popping up. So I'm just gonna spend some time and go on the id Games archive after the show and just look at all the ones that I wanted to look at.
It is really hard to find a good joke wad nowadays. You know, there's a couple of
Yeah, it's a bit of a dying art, it seems like.
It is, you know.
Is there anything more to say about the weapons in Doom other than how awesome they are?
Nope, they're all pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
We're all in agreement with that.
Yeah, but I think we can all agree on that.
With an asterisk next to the super shotgun, but we'll leave it there.
No, the Super Shotgun's the best.
Yeah, it is. No.
But yeah, no, all the weapons in Doom are awesome in their own way.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I guess that pretty much wraps it up for our show, unless anybody else has anything to add.
I think I'm good.
Yeah, I think we covered everything.
Until next time.
If we can think of something.
All right.
Yeah, I suppose so.
All right, good. Well, anyway, it was awesome to have you guys, Obsidian and Naturaltvventy. It was awesome to have you again. Don't
Always
come on
a
our
pleasure.
show again. We can't get rid of you.
Yeah, definitely.
No, but seriously though, it was awesome to have you. And if you'd like to be on the show again, seriously, keep in touch.
All right.
Will do.
And
Thanks for hosting this, 40.
yeah.
Whoa. 40? What about Splatterhouse now?
Yeah, you're all right too.
Yeah, I'm just kind of there.
Who are you again? Wait, you're on. There's someone else.
He's the guy who was late. Forget about him.
Yeah, thank you guys though for being on the show. It's
Yeah.
fun. It's always fun, you know.
Yeah, it is.
And for a more serious shout out, that's not Ezekiel, because I don't want to have to promote my own WADs on the show. Skypack 2 released a megawad recently called 100th Wave, and it's.
I think I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty new, and it's pretty underrated too. I mean, it starts off a little slow because it's actually surprisingly easy. It took me about 15 minutes to get up to like level 9. But it's very basic and very classic looking. It's very it has a very unique kind of like 1990-ish style. And I like it a lot. If anything, it reminds me that it really shouldn't take me as long to make levels as it as it does. But I mean, they're very simple levels, and they have very very basic puzzles and concepts with them, and it's a lot of fun to play. So definitely check that out.
Is that the one with
Yeah, I think
100
I'm on.
line deaths, or is that something different?
No, it's different. It does not.
no,
I don't
that's
think
the-
it has to do with the 100 lines thing.
That was fun to do that.
Yeah, that's a cool project too.
I made about 7 maps for that. I think 4 of them got in the
Really?
in the megawads. But yeah, that was good fun. Made a really cool icon on there as well. It was quite good.
Yeah, and are you still working on Flesh Rend, by the way?
Actually, that one sort of took a back seat because
Oh,
that
yeah?
happens a lot when it comes. I'm more focusing on my secret project. You know the one?
Secret
I
project?
sent
I'm not
Yeah, the
sure
one
that
I
one's a
sent-
secret, isn't it?
actually a couple of guys on the Abyss forums know about it, but I was actually going to release today, but there was that new Megawatt Unholy Realms. You know that one?
Okay, yeah.
It's snakes, I think.
Snakes Megawatt.
Yeah, it looked like it was going pretty well, and probably my one probably wouldn't get much attention, you know.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
don't want too much competition.
all right. Well, thanks again, guys. It was awesome to have you on the show, and I guess that's
Yeah.
Extermination Radio.
Yep.
Once again, we're your hosts, John 40 Ounce Vail,
And Tanner Splatterhouse West.
and that's it. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.